I guess it really started sometime, I think it was 1956 or 57. Clive, my husband, who died some years ago, came home. He'd just had a lunch with Todd Matshikiza in one of the very few places in Johannesburg where you could meet across the colour bar. And he came in and said, "Darling, we're going to write a musical." And I said, interesting.
My name is Esme Matshikiza. I am the widow of Todd Matshikiza, who wrote the music for King Kong.
We had a vision of doing the definitive African musical show, and we did a bit of research, and we sat down and wrote a very, very rough outline.
King Kong, the story is of a young black South African, a boxing champion, Ezekiel Dlamini. Because he was so big and so strong, he was called King Kong. He simply couldn't care less about other people until he met this girl, somebody called Joyce, and he fell in love with her and she fell in love with him. And then she lets him down. Can you imagine how he must have felt about that? The only person who really ever attracted him.
We started meeting very regularly in our house in Saxonwold. Todd was, of course, there, brought Pat Williams in to think about the lyrics. Todd was writing music. He already had, a lot of music in King Kong was based on what he had already written. It was about as amateur, I suppose, as you can get in terms of creating a musical, but we were very enthusiastic about it and got more and more engrossed. It was really a sort of effort from scratch, which was quite remarkable, and a very important thing to remember, because it was part of the extraordinary miracle of the show's success, that it was done on a base of very, very little experience.
Neither Miriam or Kevin or anybody else had been trained, but they did such a brilliant job.
I think the music was extraordinary. I think the talent was enormous, and the fact that the talent had never been showcased in that way before was part of the magic of it all. It was just everybody was totally enchanted with the fact that they had this opportunity to be part of what it was.
Just a second or two, one side of you.
Opening night was extraordinary.
The whole, Johannesburg exploded on that night.
It was one of those totally unforgettable moments where your spirit just soars.
People got into their cars and sat on their hooters. And the noise that went up into the air, people are so excited about what they heard,
I think we were all a bit stunned. It was just it just went so well. Very often first nights are a bit wobbly. This was really wonderful. It was just a marvellous, marvellous moment, or series of moments. And then the press started flying. Extraordinary coverage from every conceivable, just a flood of comment on this. And even in the Afrikaans medium press, there was a kind of a gasp of awe.
To this day, I shake my head and I say, good Lord, what happened?
There were literally queues around blocks trying to book tickets for King Kong. Were we conscious of it at the time? I'm not sure, but with hindsight, it was certainly an extraordinary contradictory phenomenon in the context of South Africa at that stage. And I think very, very important in terms of perceptions, white and black, of what could be South African in the best possible sense.
The one person in the production team was a black man, and that was Todd. The rest were white, but the actors and the instrumentalists were all black, and so it was a beautiful connection there between black and white.
It was a demonstration of what South Africa could be demographically in terms of people enjoying each other and enjoying things together.
Back of the moon boys, back of the moon boys. Job she been in Joburg is the back of the moon.
You know, I mean, the whole thing just lifted spirits, my spirits, certainly, and Todd's spirits, from the very beginning, because there was just something so special about it. Nobody expected it to be so successful. And so it took everybody by surprise. Very pleasant surprise, yeah. So let's see what happens this time.